welcome to the 523 podcast. This is episode... Sorry. Oh, this is episode 13, I think. And today, this is why I'm laughing right now, because I have my mom with me, one of my faithful listeners. Hi, Mom.
Hi.
She is just having the time of her life right here with the mic and the headphones. I do wish that we would have had a camera in here for this. So anyway, Mother's Day is coming up, and this is why I had my mom on today. So, okay, Mom, please stop moving everything. You want to say hi to everyone?
Check. Can you hear me? Hi, everyone. I'm Devan's mom.
And your name?
My name is Kathleen Abear.
Well, thank you so much for coming on today. I know you've been begging to come on.
Begging. I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah, well, here you are. And I told you, I was like, we'll get you one for Mother's Day.
Right, but normally when you tell me that I can look forward to something, it'll be another year before it happens.
Okay, I didn't bring you on to call me out on everything. But it's good to have you on today. And,
it's good to see you.
It's good to see you too. I was telling a few friends about this, that you were coming on today, and they were really excited to hear. And they're going to tune in this week to listen, because they were excited to hear what you had to say and what we had to say to each other. So
it looks like we're looking in the mirror right now at each other.
my bangs aren't as long.
Yeah, mine aren't combed up like that right now. But you are a very handsome young man, and I'm very proud of you. I'm proud to be your mom.
Oh, you're so sweet. She was fussing at me right before the recording started, so don't let her.
I don't think so.
No, that's why I brought her on today, so she can brag about me the entire episode. But no, it's my mom and I have a really fun relationship, and she's always been one of my biggest supporters, and yeah, she's just a fun time to be around. And Andrea wish she could have been here too, and she was wanting to just have fun with us for an hour.
Where is Andrea?
She is running errands. She actually has her graduation this Saturday, so congratulations to her.
Congratulations, Andrea.
She is finished with her undergrad degree, and finally, so that's why she's been absent the past few episodes, is because she's been busy with finals and internship and school. So
good for you, Andrea. Keep up the good work.
I'm really proud of her, and finally get my friend back, because I haven't seen her too much in a while, so I miss hanging out with her. But
you should see me and Devan right now. We match accidentally. I have one, a pretty lavender color, and he's got lavender and blue and green in his shirt, and I just can't help it.
And I did think whenever I was putting this on, I'm like, I'm not going to match Mom. That's going to be okay. I should have known. She walked out the car with a box of donuts, Starbucks, and some 6-inch heels.
Platform.
She thought we were going to be on TV.
No, I just thought that there might be a camera or two.
She said just in case, which I got a lot of my fashion sense and inspiration from her, because she's always done up no matter what, and is always not overdressed, but just dressed well for whatever occasion she's going for. Unless you see her in the mornings whenever she's cooking breakfast or something.
Only you are supposed to see those silly pictures.
And so, she sent me a picture with some hair that you pulled out. I don't know.
This morning, I sent a picture to Devan of myself right out of the shower, and after I brushed my nest, and the brush was filled up with hair, I had to take that out and get rid of it. So I was like, wow, this looks like a mustache. One of those handlebar mustaches. So I put it on my lip, and I sent Devan a picture of myself with that mustache. And I said, I mustache you a question.
See, I'm not the only one with corny jokes, guys. That's where I get it from.
But he didn't respond for like 2 hours, so I guess I was the only one up early ready for our session today.
It was like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh.
But so, because it is Mother's Day, and you are a mother of 3, right?
I think, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't.
I mean, I have 2 dogs.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true too. But human, human kids. I don't know if there's one out there that we don't know about yet. But you never know. But I'm just kidding.
Oh my
I didn't mean it like
gosh.
that. No.
That would be your dad's side of the part, not mine. Or let's put it like this, the male side of things.
This whole episode is just us laughing together. Because if we're not arguing, we're laughing. We're usually doing both at the same time.
I just want to let you guys all know that I did raise Devan correctly and with good manners. For some reason, when he gets around me, now that he's a little older in life, but yet still not old enough, he argues with me.
It's because
Tells me what to do.
Because we're the same person. And
No, you're Devan, my
Well-
firstborn.
well, we act a lot alike.
No, we are a lot alike. We're
Yeah.
both bossy. We're both firstborns. But you still can't tell me what to do.
No, I don't tell you what to do.
What? Devan. Your nose is growing right now. They just can't see it.
You always said my nose is big.
No, I don't.
No, you always said my head was big.
Your head is a very nice size.
She used to tell me growing up that my head was so big that whenever she would turn a corner, that my head would like lean over and hit the corner.
Devan.
And she
Poor
did
thing.
say that she felt bad, but that's
It happened all the time. Poor thing, I'd be walking through a door frame and I'd be cutting the corner on one leg, basically, with you attached to my hip because you always were. And poor little pumpkin, your head was kind of heavy, top heavy, and you would just bang it on the door frame, and I just would be like, kiss you for 10 minutes and tell you I was sorry and it won't happen again.
and then it happened again.
It just became a normal thing. Poor thing. But I took you to the doctor to see about you, baby.
Yeah, and that's what's wrong with me today.
The doctors always said, wow, what a good-looking young man that is. Nope, they said, what a good-looking kid you got there. They always said that. Different doctors every time they saw you.
Well, thank you.
Well, yeah, I wonder what they saw.
Stop it. So, I tell everybody this because I'm pretty proud of my weight whenever I was born. That I was 10'4", 10 pounds, 4 ounces being born. How was that experience?
I didn't know what weight you were talking about just now.
Oh, Lord.
It's like, Devin. Okay, so yeah, you were a 10-pound, 4-ounce baby boy. I was so amazingly proud of you.
So,
I barely put you down.
I'm sure you needed a rest after holding a 10-pound sack of flour, I guess.
Yeah, oh, top heavy kid. No, I'm picking. Shy baby. You were just gorgeous the day you were born.
Well, that's
They
sweet.
rant and raved about you that day.
I didn't pay her to say any of this, too, so I was really going to talk about...
He's fibbing. He wants to talk just about him. He always wanted to be an only child, and he's never accepted it. And so now that he's mentioned my other 2 children, he just wants to talk about Dev, and
Yeah.
that's okay.
I love my brother and sister.
Oh, yeah, they've
And
grown on you.
yeah, 18, 19 years, 22 for Carly.
Who are we kidding? He couldn't live without them.
No, they're the best.
Am I talking too loud?
No, well, you're good.
Just enough?
No, yeah, stay close. Not that close. But so, speaking of Mother's Day, what has been your favorite Mother's Day gift that we have gotten you? if you remember any of them. Look, so just to preface this, for every holiday, Mother's Day, Christmas, birthday, she gives us a list of gifts that she wants us to get. You do, which is great because we don't have to guess what you want, but she knows what she wants, and I just like that about her.
Yes, I know what I want.
And she'll start planning 2 months ahead of time. Don't act surprised. You know good
Baby,
and well.
y'all ask me.
We do, and we want to know. But it's just funny because, like, you hear some other people say, "Oh, I don't know what to get. My mom never tells me what she wants." You know, I usually just make her a card and bring her out to eat. And I'm like, my mom gives me a list and gives me a registry for each holiday.
Yeah, I'm always ready whenever y'all ask what I want. I already have it in my mind planned out from the year before. Because, randomly I'll come through on a text or something and say, okay, this is what I want for next year's birthday or next year's Mother's Day.
Yeah.
But my favorite gift, well, speaking of the day you were born, I was pregnant for you around Mother's Day. And that was... Yikes, 24 years.
It'll be 24 years on the 23rd.
Yep.
Of this month of May.
May 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason I say that, babe, because I had 3 due dates, and one of them was in the middle of the month, closer to Mother's Day, and I was like, I'm going to have a Mother's Day present, so that came and went, and then you were still in the oven.
Was I late, or did they just change, or?
My best guess, you were late. You were in there.
Yeah.
You didn't want to come out. You were
No.
fine. You were just happy as a lark in there.
It's comfortable. She is.
You'd still be in there if I let you.
I mean, I was getting food all the time.
A free ride.
Yeah.
I couldn't. Yeah, well, okay. So since then, one gift that I can remember that was my favorite that you guys gave me was the time that you guys reenacted the pictures from when y'all were little. Now, don't argue and say that was for my birthday.
It was for your birthday.
Okay, but Mother's Day and birthdays.
It's okay. It's all. I know it runs
all the
together
same
for
to
you.
me and from y'all.
She gives us the same amount of list, same amount of items for each holiday. So it's not, you get something small for Mother's Day, then something big for a birthday. It's usually something big, something big. But it's good because you never get, something that you don't want. So, but those pictures were really fun to reenact. So I saw this online a few years ago.
So special.
And so I sent it to my siblings, and we were like, oh my gosh, this is a great idea. And so we went to the old house and recreated these 3 pictures. And for some reason, most of the pictures that we hardly had any clothes on. Like, I don't know.
Y'all were country kids.
We were. And so the first one was... we had a pool, and so after the pool we'd all go get in the shower in the game room, and we were little, and so we were all just cutting up in the shower all the time. And so I think at that time I had a little fake tattoo from the Market Basket on my arm.
It was an eagle.
It was an eagle, and so Andrew redrew the eagle, but it was really bad.
Oh, for the recreation?
Yeah, the recreation. And we were in the shower for that one, and we didn't have anyone else taking the picture, so we had to rig our phone up to take a picture for all these to make it look
recreation?
like, because you were the one taking the picture. So
I remember that day like it was yesterday. I heard you guys cutting up in that shower, laughing. I mean, like nobody's business laughing. And I said, well, wait 1 second. Let me go find out what I'm missing
she
right
was
here.
always jealous. She wanted to come in and cut up with us.
Y'all were just having a ball. And so I grabbed the camera, and this was before cell phone cameras, so I don't even think I had a digital.
It was disposable, I think.
I think it was a disposable camera, which I kept those like around all the time from whenever y'all were little. So I walked over there with a disposable camera and I was ready to take that picture as soon as I opened that shower curtain. But I snuck up on y'all and y'all weren't paying attention anyway or have any idea because y'all were just in y'all's own little fun world. I pulled that shower curtain back so fast and I said, "What are y'all laughing at?" And then y'all just lost it even more so. But their faces are priceless in that picture. So for them to grow up and think about that and recreate that, that's just one of my favorite gifts. I have 3 8x10 frames that they did, so they recreated 3 really cute pictures of themselves when they were little.
Yeah, and the next, so one was in the shower, the next was in the bathtub. And, like, the bathtub is the same exact bathtub that we were in. And, like, in the first picture, we're, like, you know, little kids, that could all fit in the bathtub with, like, room to spare. And then 3 grown adults. I think Andrew was, like, maybe 16 at the time, but he was the youngest. No one ever recreated the pictures.
Oh, I was going to say.
No.
What?
So we were, still, pretty good sizes, and we could hardly fit in the bathtub.
Oh, yeah, they're grown-ups.
And
Everybody says, how's your kids? I said, what do you mean, my adults? I have 3 adults.
I know we're all over 18 now. But so, and then the next one, we were, how whenever you're little, you would dress in, like, just long T-shirt and underwear and, like, on Saturday mornings, just, like, sit in that. And then so we were outside playing on a tree in the front yard.
Y'all had your rubber boots on.
Yeah.
You had long T-shirts on.
Yeah.
Because that's what y'all like to wear.
And like Spider-Man or dinosaur underwear, I'm sure.
Right.
And so we recreated that in the front yard as adults. And it's in front of, there's a busy highway that runs in front of it. So I'm sure all those people passing by were just, and that one took the longest to recreate, of course, because we're in front of everyone and it just.
Y'all were worried.
Yeah. And so that was a fun time. And so if you're listening and if you want a good Mother's Day or Father's Day gift, that's always a good one to
recreate a picture from when you guys were little for your parents because they'll love it. It's great. Special gift. In fact, I could take that every year.
Oh, well.
Every year. So y'all be thinking about what y'all going to do for my birthday.
Okay, it's cheaper to do that too than some of the stuff she requests on her thing.
I want my picture back from your dad's that you brought over there.
Oh, Lord.
For Andrew's graduation, you stole one of my pictures.
Oh, gosh.
My present. I want it back from your dad's, please.
Okay, well, I'll tell Andrew that.
Don't make me go get it.
You gotta stop it. I know
But
that hasn't stopped you before.
You guys have to understand that my babies were 2 years old, 4 years old, and a baby. I had Devan that was 4, Carly that was 2, and Andrew that was a baby. So
We were all really
there's
close.
stair step.
Yeah.
So where one went, they all went.
Even though I didn't want that.
Well, I mean,
for the most part, it was fun during the summertime, and so it was fun to have them around, but also like my space. And
definitely.
They would always gang up on me,
They still gang up on you.
And Carly, she was smarter than I know anyone is from a very young age. She was very manipulative. Yeah, don't even make that face. You know better.
You better quit talking about your siblings.
I'm going to talk about them because this is true.
She's going to hear it.
Well, if she'll listen.
She would say, Mom. Nuh-uh.
No, yeah, exactly. So she was the only girl and the middle child, and usually the middle children get passed over, Marsha Brady, kind of that.
Carly Brady.
Yeah.
She's the most perfect middle child in between her 2 brothers that I could have ever asked for.
But she knew how to play the field. She knew how to play our parents against us, and then she knew how to play us against each other.
I wish y'all would listen to this.
Well, they're about to. And they would, whenever she would put me and Andrew against each other, and she would, like, switch sides. So it was never against her. And then finally, Andrew and I started, like, realizing what she was doing, and so we would try to gang up against her, and then she would still turn it around on us.
And she's so sweet. How could you gang up on her?
Because she wouldn't see a lot of, no one would see a lot of that. And so,
You wait till I talk to her.
yeah. And so she knew how to play the field. She was a very smart cookie from a young
Play the
age.
field. Well, yeah.
And
She was in sports.
yep. And she would always beat us up. She was always the strongest out of us, mainly because we were told not to hit girls. And she knew that. And so she would hit us. And then whenever we'd go to hit her, and she was like, well, you can't hit a girl. You can't. I'm going to tell Dad. And I'm like, well, what the heck? Like, you can't. So, but my sister is our biggest supporter. And we're all just very close now. And so
They've always been close.
if you have children that fight all the time, they'll get close as they get older, and so it's a fun time.
You guys were always close, and you may have your little sibling issues, but who doesn't? And you always stick together very, very tight.
Yeah, we're fun, and so it's good to have them around, and we'll go eat once a week, and we don't tell Mom, but no matter what. I know, see, she still misses it, but we go eat with you too.
Yeah, but why hide that from me?
Well, it's not that we hide, it's just like a sibling thing.
Huh.
And then,
Wait.
but no matter what, every time that we do that, she happens to FaceTime one of us. Like without knowing, and we're all together, and she catches us all together.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so.
And y'all never tell me, like, I never realize what y'all are doing. But I'm always very happy that y'all are together, though.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I do FaceTime y'all, it's like a 3-for-1.
Yeah.
Because, as your children get older, or as you guys do get older in life, everybody has their own lives. So you're not with each other like y'all were when y'all were little, or when we had each other.
Yeah.
And y'all couldn't go anywhere. You were stuck with me.
Yeah.
So it's very much a treasure to get to see your babies.
Mm-hmm. So do you have any
if you love
advice? So my friend just had their baby. My friends just had their baby, and cute as can be, little girl, and I'm already trying to get them arrange the marriage with the new baby from Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, and so we'll have a royal wedding in a few years, hopefully.
Oh my gosh.
Because they were born like a week apart, so it's perfect. But yeah.
Oh, that kind of arranged marriage.
Yeah, and so, but anyway, do you have any any advice for new parents out there, new moms? Do you?
I would say where do I start? I would say just love them and hold them and cherish the times that they're little, because it goes by so fast. Just flies by too fast, and then all of a sudden they're grown up, and you have 3 adults, and
you're
you
on their
don't get
podcast.
Huh?
I said, and you're on their podcast.
Yeah, and there's all kinds of neat stuff going on in the world, and then you find yourself on a podcast, whatever that is.
It's okay, we'll get you there eventually.
I walked up today, and he says, "Well, you didn't have to dress up for this." I said, "Well, yeah, I did." You never know if there's going to be cameras. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know if it's, you never know with you.
Yeah, well.
One day you're on the radio, one day you're on the Channel 7 and the news and and Twitter and
You know what Twitter is?
I can't keep up with you. Well, yeah, I was told Andrew tweets all the time. I'm like, what in the world?
Oh,
They said, yeah, he's a tweeting fool. I said, golly, whatever. What's the point?
You're so funny.
I swear.
And so I tell everyone this story, and I think I've told it on this podcast a few times, but just about the story from whenever I was little, and I would watch all these older shows. I wouldn't watch anything that people my age would watch, and that's how it always has been.
Always smart.
And I would watch I Love Lucy and the Brady Bunch and the Golden Girls, and I would just, love that. And I think I always said that I wanted to be Lucy, and you told me that. And then once I've gotten older, I realized I just wanted to be an entertainer and a comedian, and
And a paleontologist.
yeah,
That was the first thing you impressed me with when you were like 4 years old. You said, "Mom, I want to be a paleontologist." I said, "A what?" I was like, "How'd you know that word?" But Devin's always been so smart. Always. Such a good kiddo.
well, thank you.
Yep, you were the kind of kid I could put right there in the corner and play with your toys.
Yeah.
In the corner. I didn't mean in the corner like that, but yeah, I'd put you down to play with your toys, and I'd clean or do whatever, and you'd still be sitting there tinkering away,
This
happy
is
as
why I
a
didn't
lark.
want siblings, because they would always try to play with my toys.
I know.
Yeah, do you remember that story? I'm sure you do, but like that one time whenever we were on Lloyd Road, whenever we lived there right after Carly was born, or probably a few months, but it was before Andrew, I think. And behind the sectional, we had my little tower of toys, like in the drawers. And then I didn't want Carly to come play with them, so I like put them out all behind the couch, and she had to crawl over them.
Yeah,
And I got in so much trouble
You
for
built a dam.
Yeah.
Well, that was the first time that I saw you, like, shun your sister. And you were just a baby. You were 4. I was like, how do you do that? Well,
I'd say,
maybe even 3. I was like,
yeah, because it was before Andrew, I think.
yeah, but you were more like 3 years old. And she was just, like, barely crawling. And you, I just didn't see that. I had never seen that side of you before. It was like a rude awakening. Because I was like, nobody's going to be mean to my baby girl. But then, yeah, I had to. That's one thing that I've always said, that being a mother is one of the easiest and one of the hardest things to do all at the same time. Through life.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I couldn't imagine.
Oh, it's so easy loving you guys, but it's tough to teach you along the way.
Yeah.
Like if one of you guys hit each other, it used to drive me crazy. Because one of my babies was hurt, but then it was one of my other babies that did it. So, that's tough.
And then some of the times you wouldn't even realize I knocked a couple of Andrew's teeth out.
Oh, baby.
I think
I
one
should have
time-
never left you alone.
No, you should have just left me alone. No, it was a fun time though. It was fun growing up, and you were always a fun mom. And I always tell everyone this, that for my birthdays every year, you would always bring me to either Houston or New Orleans for the zoo or the aquarium or like the Museum of Natural History in Houston, and that was always a fun trip that we would take. And it was usually maybe just you and I, or I think Nanny came
Well,
a few times.
I always knew you liked that kind of stuff, so I tried to arrange those trips. But what you're thinking of is the mommy and me dates.
Yeah, don't knock on the table.
You're thinking of the mommy and me dates.
Well, that too. But I mean,
But no, I wouldn't bring you by yourself. I mean,
maybe that was whenever I was little.
your brother and sister came,
No.
unless you
want
were
them
on a
to come.
field trip.
Well, that too.
I think a couple of those were field trips that you mentioned, and it was just me and you.
Yeah, those are always fun. They were. Yeah, that's whenever I liked Mom the best. Whenever it was just us two.
I had to have that with you
Yeah.
guys. I had to have a mommy and me date.
I didn't want to share any attention from, of course, my siblings, and so I was always just.
That's why they gang up on you when they see you.
Well, yeah, they were jealous because I was your favorite.
They still do. You should see them when they get together. It's like 3 little kids under 10 years old.
And it really is, and like for Easter and stuff, especially with Dad too. He's we'll get him into it, and then we're all 4 adults. Dad's 53, I think, and then I'm not even
I
going to
will
say it.
karate chop your juggler.
Mom is much younger, so
So much younger.
there's an age difference between them. But so she's telling me to cut it off.
If he says one more word about age, I'm gonna be doing your podcast from here on out. Every
It's going
time
to be
someone
Bear
does,
Menswear.
I'm the only one that can talk about age, and this is the last thing I'll say. But every time someone asks me about my age, whether it be a coworker or someone along the way, my response is, I really don't know. I quit counting. I quit counting a long time ago. I said, but my oldest child, Devan calculates and he makes sure he knows exactly how old I am at all times. But I learned that he's been wrong all this time. Thank goodness.
I think you told me the wrong age, and that's what started it. But
Probably.
and it was actually, I think you told me the wrong age, but it was older than you actually were. And so I was aging you by accident a couple of years.
Great.
But she finally caught up to that age, so we're good now.
Hey.
I didn't say what age.
Shh.
Anyway, the only reason why I have to know this is because whenever in the future, just in case, I need to put an age on something.
What? Just
You
stop.
have to always be prepared. I was a Boy Scout. You have to always be prepared.
Gosh.
Anyway.
So one day you need to have us all on here
Oh my gosh.
for Family Day.
Okay, we'll do that in the future. I don't think these people will want to listen to that.
They will want to come in on it next time.
We'll see how this one plays out. If we have any more family members on the podcast. But
So what do we do? Hashtag. What do we do? Hashtag something so we'll get more listeners, more views.
more listens or plays, I think is what they classify that as. But it's been really fun doing this podcast, and it's grown over the 13 episodes. I think it's 13. I'm gonna hopefully go back and check. But and over since January, and it's grown steadily, which is really fun, and that people are actually wanting to listen to what I have to say. And so, and I'm sure Mom is on repeat on all of on most of those.
Baby, I've honestly only listened to probably 3 max, so I'm really behind.
Well, thank you for being honest with me.
Well, what else am I going to be? But no, like I have them saved. And the very first one that I ever listened to, I was so excited because right whenever you started it, I think it was you and Katie, y'all started talking about me right off the bat. About my mom this and my mom that. And I was like, look at Devan.
Well, I've talked about you on a few, and I think that's what I got you to listen.
But I
'Cause I
didn't
told
even know
you.
what a podcast was.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like, I had listened to a couple right before you got into this, just like immediately before you got into this. And one was from Steven Spielberg, and his wife have one. And the other one was just something random. So I'm new to podcast.
It's a new platform, but it's fun.
It's
so,
neato.
But so I ask a lot of my guests this, or ask a question for a lot of my guests. What is a purchase under $100 that has really impacted your life?
A purchase. Well, Dev, I believe in comfort, so I will I just have to say, I mean, I don't know what else to say.
No. Well, what is it?
Well, I like Amazon, and Amazon likes me, and I believe in having a very comfortable bed, so I made sure that I got myself a 4-inch mattress topper, gel infused for my bed so that I am super comfortable.
Well, they say that the 2 things you should really invest in is something, for your bed, your mattress, or your shoes, because if you're not in one, you're in the other. So that's a good
statement.
Yeah, and so you spend most of your, I think Chris said before that, because we're talking about this, but it's a third of your life.
Oh,
in
I
the
spend
bed.
way more than that. Way more than that in my bed. So, I mean, like, I need the rest. I appreciate my sleep. I need all the beauty sleep I can get. I mean, it just, the older you get, age is not my friend. I don't know about yours, but
Well, excuse you.
I appreciate being comfortable, and I haven't bought a brand new mattress, and I haven't had to
Because of that gel.
because of my gel infused 4-inch.
Do you remember the
mattress
brand of it, or the brand for our listeners?
Lucid was the last one that I ordered, but I just ordered a new one yesterday, so that one's called Medar, meter. Yeah,
I'm sure. Yeah, if y'all are interested, you can just
On Amazon,
It'll show up. It may show up in our ads now that we even spoke it out in front of our phones.
Yeah.
Because they'll pick it up.
Sure. I'm big on reading reviews, and actually got for the upstairs bedroom. I got Lucid again for Andrew and y'all's room up there.
Yeah.
So
Oh, good.
I tried a new brand on myself this time.
Yeah.
I'll let you know. Stay tuned.
Yeah. We'll have you on for next year's Mother's Day.
Declined.
Yeah.
So what y'all get me for Mother's Day?
Oh, I can't. You'll see Sunday.
It's already here.
Yeah, and a few things, and which I told you. No, I don't think it's a few things. There's a few
What?
things that were on your list, and Carly and Andrew and I are in this group message, and so I told you the other day whenever I came to visit, and you were updating me on your list that you wanted, and right before I walked in, I had gotten a text from Carly saying, "Never mind to what we were going to buy before. She wants this now." And I'm also going to pick this up, and then we may take you out to eat on Sunday or Saturday.
Hey, as long as we spend time together, that's my favorite thing to do anyway.
So, yeah.
I just like it when we can go to like the beach or the sand, like we do when we go to the river. I love those times.
Yeah, well, it's summertime again, so we'll go there soon.
So I have one question for you.
Okay, and then we'll wrap this up after.
All right.
May before, just in case I want the question.
So your childhood, you have all good memories about your childhood and growing up, or like, are you like feeling dysfunctional? I just wanted to know. Just about anything. It sounds like you had a happy childhood.
I've never been asked this question before by her. My therapist, on the other hand,
I'm just picking Deb.
no, it's I think I believe in everything that happens for a reason, and no matter what's happened to you, it's kind of made you who you are today. So through everything that I've experienced, in life, in my 24 years almost, and from the jalapenos while I was in your belly that you ate the entire time, to now, it's been a great experience, and I have fantastic family that is, not just my mom, but I have a lot of had and have a lot of influential women in my life, and that have taken a motherly role, whether it's friends' moms or cousins or grandmas or aunts, and that, and so I think we have a great family, and you set us up to have a good connection, in life to other people that love us no matter what, and
Absolutely.
And so it's never been a bad experience, and everything I've experienced up until now has led me to this, and it's been fun, and I wouldn't trade any of it unless I was like, the Queen's son or something, but he has some problems too, so we won't.
Yeah, go visit Queen Elizabeth already.
Right. But
As long as you don't have any negative, you have way more happy memories.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
all.
I don't think I would have you on talking if I.
Baby, your grandma that you lost last year would be so proud of you.
You're
Just
sweet.
want to say that to you.
Well, thank you.
She's always said from the time that you've been 5 years old,
This is my dad's mom.
I can't wait
preface.
to see what Devan makes of himself, what he becomes. She said that countless times.
That's sweet.
And this is just one entity of your life and your professionalism and your career and all your entrepreneurism blood that runs through your veins. So she would be very proud of you, babe.
Yeah.
You just keep on keeping on.
Well, I've always said she was always the biggest influence over my life. You know, to make sure I do my best no matter what it is, and then you're in the top 8,
Great.
13,
Top 8.
13, 14. I'm joking.
Oh my gosh.
I'm kidding. You know I have to joke with you.
I don't even know what to say to that.
It's about time. But no, again, I love you, Mom, and thank you so much for coming on today. This has been one of the funnest podcasts, and I've laughed the most on this one.
Good. You need to laugh more so people stay interested. Not that you're not I don't know what you got to say. I just know that.
Yeah, listened to 3 episodes.
Well, one time in the middle of the night when I was working at my last job, on my lunch hour, I was listening to one of your podcasts. So I texted you out of the blue about something or another that was funny. And you're like, Mom, you're waking me up. What are you doing?
It
And
was
where
like
are you?
12:30 at night, and I forgot she was working nights, and she texted this random thing that it didn't even make sense. She's like, you're talking to, like, you need to stop being mean to your brother. And something she's said many, many times before, but this time I don't even remember being mean to him. So
The podcast was long over, and I'm just now listening to
right,
it. And
it
then
was, I think, something about his eyebrows or something.
it just sounds like you're always bashing him.
No. I'm trying to see if he actually listens to him, and so he has yet to text me or call me and saying, hey, like, you need to correct this. So
He probably doesn't listen.
he listened to one of them, he said, but it wasn't the one that talked about him. But anyway, we'll wrap this up, and I'm not even going to give your social media out because you're just too crazy on it, and we can't have that out there.
You better.
Oh, gosh.
I'm on Instagram.
You're on Instagram, you're on Snapchat.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't have to mention Snap, but at least I don't tweet.
She is famous for her Snapchats, y'all, and it's really embarrassing.
Well, every one of y'all's friends always say, "What's your Snap code?" Because I want to listen. I want to watch your snaps. I want to be your Snap friend. Let's be Snap friends.
You would think she was the Gemini with all her personalities on Snapchat.
Personalities. Now I'm Sybil.
On that note, love you, Mom. Happy Mother's Day. And just remember, guys, to review and subscribe to us on iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube, and Google Play, and Podbean, whatever else y'all listen to me on.
And my Apple iPhone.
Yeah. And,
and Samsung Galaxies.
But thank you so much again for listening, everyone. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I can't speak today. And if you have a favorite Mother's Day experience, let me know. And if you have any other topics that you would like for us to discuss in the future, please let me know. And we'll see you next time. Do good.
And I'm going to be in on every one of them if I feel like it. Okay.
I know she knows where I record now, so it's... I've let the secret out. But anyway, thank you, and do good.
Okay, guys, take it easy. God bless you all. Come back and see us, you hear?